Many years ago, we had what was called our Team Member Activity Committee, or TMAC for short. And that was a group of team members who were responsible for working with our HR team to plan activities like Family Day and our holiday party. And when I was charged to stand up an organizational learning department in late 2013, one of the first things that we did was to look at the TMAC and figure out how we might be able to transform that into something that would provide opportunity for meaningful development for our team members.
We wanted to give team members an opportunity not just to work at MHM, but experience the type of issues that the organization as a whole was trying to work on in community. So it was very much both an experiential learning process, but also an enrichment process, because we're exposing them to areas and issues that they might not otherwise hear or experience in their day-to-day work or even in their communities.
I think content-wise, we're just really getting to what's relevant to our team members and what really gives them the overall experience of learning more about Methodist Healthcare Ministries and the surrounding areas that we serve.
And that included our policy and advocacy team taking our ambassadors to the Texas State Capitol to meet with legislators.
We take our folks to Austin and we give them the example of the day that we have on any given time, but especially during the legislative session, of going to hearings, of listening to funded partners, of making the visits that are part of sharing MHM's story, why we need that bill, why we need that funding for our funded partners, for our uninsured.
And you would do the tour of the state capitol, but also you get to meet the elected officials, some that lived in your area code and represented you. Also, you would just see how the inception of a bill came into law. You would see that. And also you did one volunteer activity. So we would go to a community partnering agency, and when we would do that, we would do a volunteer activity. Now, within the last 2.5, 3 years that I've been overseeing the program, now we have not 5 sessions, we have 6 sessions. We added strategy and impact. And instead of we still go to the state capitol and do those things, but we also go to 2 other outings. We go visit a Wesleyan nurse site.
To see the nurses in action, to see the community. And the way that it has impacted me is the response from the ambassadors to learning from community and seeing the community voices and actually being participants. And it's a very beautiful thing to see.
We also had a community service component, so there were several community service projects that our inaugural Ambassador Academy class did throughout the year. And then they also still worked as one of their assignments on planning and executing the annual team member retreat in the fall that year.
And each year I have seen how we take the feedback that we receive from the team members who participate, the feedback that we receive from the managers, and we use that to create an experience that enhances people's ability to understand all of the work that MHM does and the impact that the work that we do has on our communities, on people every day.
The programming may have changed a little, the sites that we go to see and the places that we visit to learn more about the impact MHM is having, but the gist is still the same. The spirit of the program is still the same. You see, when we stop and we think about the word ambassador, we turn to Corinthians, where Paul is writing to the church saying that we as Christians are ambassadors of Christ, meaning we are people who act as representatives or promoters of a specified activity. And that's what the Ambassador Academy is meant to do. It's meant to train and teach individuals to be the ambassadors of MHM, to be our representatives and promoters in the communities that they serve and amongst the peers that they work with on a day in and day out basis.
It's truly a remarkable opportunity that MHM provides to its team members. When I talk to colleagues or friends from other organizations, they don't have this kind of opportunity. And, being here for the past 7 years and seeing how the program has grown, it's truly impressive to see how leadership has taken it from I think what began as with the goal of leadership and learning opportunity, it's become this truly remarkable thing that team members look forward to applying for and taking part in every year.
But the biggest thing I would have to say is that the advocate of the team members is what's helped the evolution of the program, because they have been the spokespersons and then also are the individuals responsible for making the programs prestigious, and then now it's more popular than ever.
The focus of the Ambassador Academy was really for frontline team members. We did allow for supervisors and managers to participate, but it was also very focused on individual contributor team members who often don't have opportunities to see the work as broadly as assigned leaders in the organization do, and may not have as many opportunities for networking and individual professional development. So that was one of the things that we're very intentional about when we started the program. And I do think that's also one of the things that has helped it to be so successful over the years, because it really was that first offering that really encompassed all of those key tenets for our frontline team members.